What's up, YouTube? What's going on? What's happening, man? It's your dog Toddy checking in real quick with a video. We're gonna try to make this one short and sweet. Before we get to the business, let's get the commercials out of the way first and foremost. I ask that you please like the video, show some love, and also feel free to share the videos across social media platforms as well. Now, with the commercials out of the way, let's get straight to the business. Let's get straight to the business. ESPN. ESPN, they just recently put out a list of the top 10 defensive linemen or interior defensive linemen in the NFL. Now, if you were to ask pretty much any Falcons fan or probably any non-Falcons fan, if you just walked up and said, hey, name the top three players on the Falcons team right now, I would probably say at least 75% of that list is probably going to have Grady Jarrett's name on it, if not more. That's how important he is to the franchise currently. But I will say this: going back to the ESPN list, they put out a top 10 list, and Grady Jarrett did not make the list, ladies and gentlemen. Again, Grady Jarrett did not make the top 10 defensive tackle list that was just released by ESPN. Evidently, what they did is they surveyed. In fact, let me pull it up. Put it up, and we'll look at it and we'll go over this together real quickly here. So I'll try my best not to bore you, but let me quickly just read to you what it says here. It says ESPN conducted a comprehensive poll involving executive, players, and coaches to determine the best defensive tackles in the NFL. So obviously, the I would say the judges or the people that they polled were executives, players, coaches. So keep that in mind, y'all. Executive, players, coaches. Going back to the article, the survey part of ESPN's 2023 NFL season preview was carried out by Jeremy Fowler and involved league executives, coaches, scouts, and players who contributed to ranking the top 10 players at each of the 11 positions, spanning from quarterback to cornerback and all positions in between. Defensive tackle plays a crucial role in disrupting opposing offenses, possessing the versatility to rush the passer, absorb double teams, and anchor the run defense. So I won't read that the rest of the article. Let's just get to the names. Let's just get to the names here, and hopefully that shows up pretty good on the screen there, which it looks like it does. But as we see, really to no surprise, the top two names: Aaron Donald is number one, Chris Jones number two, number three you got Jeffrey Simmons. Number four, you got Quinnen Williams. Number five, you got Javon Hargrave. Number six, you got Dexter Lawrence. Number seven, DeForest Buckner. Eight, Deron Payne. And a lot of Falcons fans wanted Deron Payne. Number nine, you got Cam Hayward. And finalizing the list at number 10, you got Mr. Jonathan Allen. So as you can see, Grady Jarrett name nowhere to be found there. But wait, there's more. They also had honorable mention. They had five players listed as honorable mention. So I'm thinking to myself, well, okay, I know I'm going to see Grady Jarrett's name. Right, wrong. The players listed as honorable mention players: Miami Dolphins Christian Wilkins, which probably should have been in the top 10. You got Vita Vea from Tampa Bay, and we know how good that young man is. And he causes a lot of havoc when he plays us. Kenny Clark from the Packers, Derek Brown from the Panthers. Derek Brown is a baller. And Leonard Williams from the Giants. So essentially, they're saying those are the top 15 defensive tackles in the NFL. Top 15. You got the top 10 right here that we looked at initially. Then you have the honorable mention. So evidently, the executives, the players, and the coaches did not feel that Grady Jarrett was good enough to beat out any of these guys listed. I know that's going to be debatable, but I did a little homework for us also, guys. I did a little homework. Did a little homework. I went and looked at the PFF scores of the top 10 guys. I went and looked at the PFF scores. Now I know people can feel any kind of way they want about PFF. Some people feel like it's a great accurate gauge of how a player is playing, whether that be good or bad, or some people think it's hogwash. But the NFL uses it. D1 colleges use it. NFL head coaches, GMs, they all use it. So, it's something I reference also. But enough of that small talk. I'm going to go down a list of every guy in the top 10's PFF score. You had Aaron Donald. He had a 90.5 outstanding score. 90.5. Chris Jones had a score of 92. He even had a better score than Aaron Donald. Jeffrey Simmons had a PFF score of 81.8. Quinnen Williams had a PFF score of 90.1. Javon Hargrave had a PFF score of 78.2. Dexter Lawrence had a PFF score of 92. DeForest Buckner had a PFF score of 82.3. Deron Payne had a PFF score of 63.2. That's probably going to be surprising to a good bit of people, but he only had 63.2. Cam Hayward had an 89.8, and Jonathan Allen had an 80.1. Now, as we see, everybody that's on this list, they have either a exceptional PFF score, a very good PFF score, or pretty good PFF score, with the exception of Deron Payne, again, who only had a 63.2. And if you're wondering, Grady Jarrett's PFF score was 71.3. So, minus Deron Payne, Grady Jarrett had the ninth best PFF score on that list. But I will say those guys who were listed honorable mention, I think they all, in fact, I did look at those, and if I remember correctly, all of them had a higher PFF score than Grady. So Deron Payne and Grady, out of the 16 guys we talked about, they would have the two lowest scores. So there goes that. I don't want to ramble too much longer. I see the video is already over 8 minutes. So let me go ahead and wrap up and ask you guys to give me your opinions on this. Grady Jarrett, not listed as a top 10 defensive tackle in the league. Be honest with your boy. Do y'all think that's justified, or is it hogwash? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about that in the comments. Should Grady have made this list, or is it justified to leave Grady Jarrett off this top 10 list? And remember, he didn't even make honorable mention either. So let's discuss that. If you like this video, you like the content we drop here on Atlanta Bird Game, make sure to please subscribe to the channel, and also make sure you hit the like button before you get out of here. And as I always say, I will see y'all the next time I see y'all. Peace.